I took my son to Miami a few years ago when they had the conference, and for the siblings, it was amazing. If I would have told him he was going to connect with the other siblings, he wouldn't have came. He would have been like, no, I came just to get away from the two girls at home. But he actually connected with a couple of the siblings there, and they hung out, and it was like really nice to see him like kind of relating to other kids that have the same issue. I think the hard part is when you have the other kids and you have the new baby, like you want to keep things normal for them. So you just kind of have to force yourself to go outside your comfort zone a little bit.
Mm-hmm. How old is your son?
He's 22, 22, so he's 5 years older than her.
So I guess I was curious if he were here talking about these topics, what do you think he would say?
I would love to know. Honestly, I would love to know because he doesn't talk about it that much. Mm-hmm. You know, every once in a while he'll throw his 2 cents in on what we're doing with her, you know, but I would love to know what he would say.
So he was about 5 or so?
He was 5 when she was born, yeah. And her first seizure was, I was waiting at the bus stop for his kindergarten bus. Mm-hmm. Like, the poor kid, like, I think he kind of knew what was going on, but he didn't, you know, so that was kind of
good. He had his own things going on that day, right?
Oh my gosh.
First day of school.
I would love to know what he thinks. You know, he thinks he's going to have to be her carer later, and I said we're hoping that won't happen. We're hoping we're going to get to the point where we have things set up for her, you know, and I hate that burden. I don't want him to have that burden. You know, he needs to have he's had enough his life. He doesn't have to have, all that.
We tried to talk to them about what this means very honestly at a developmental level for them. So we've never shied away from his seizures, and we've always talked about what that means and what that looks like for Finn, and how that might present for him and what it's going to look like and why, it's hard to answer the why for him. But we've told them that there's just a part of his body that just doesn't work like the rest of ours, and because of that, his brain gets overworked, and then we have a seizure. And that some children learn differently, and maybe Finn one day will talk, but that's why we're giving him all this care. And, because the questions came up as, well, why can't Finn talk like everybody else? Or why do we always need therapy in our house? And why are there always people here? And now they're at an age where they get involved with Finn's therapy. So we've had people in our house now for years that come in every day and work with Finn. So they're so comfortable with them, and they're just a part of our world. And so they love helping when they're there working with Finn and kind of going through those motions with him. And then we try to give them breaks. So if they want to go to their friend's house, we let them go to their friend's house because it is a good break for them. We try to do, this is so sad, but because Finn goes to school in the summertime also, I can take my other boys to the beach, and I can take them to the pool, which are things that I can't really do if we have Finn with us. So as sad as it is to say that there is a little bit of break when Finn goes to school, I can do those other things with my older kids to help them feel like things are normal, or they can do what everybody else does when Finn is in somebody else's care, I guess.
Throughout his journey, though, I think something that we've tried to do is give Harrison extra time that we spend just with him. We've tried to find in our area, early on we were very unsuccessful because we couldn't find any, but groups with special needs siblings. And nowadays I see it a lot more, that they're offering it through hospitals, through, whether it's a social community thing in our community, but there are groups that meet for siblings to talk to other siblings.
Which I think is helpful.
Which is great. And within the Dravet community, we've definitely searched out families that we're very friendly with now, who have siblings, and we let them, and we don't push it where, you guys should sit down and talk about your experiences. It kind of just comes naturally, where when we get a whole group of Dravet families together, all the kids can mingle. They all see that they have special needs brothers and sisters, and some look more normal than others, some act more normal than others, and they all interact together, which is very helpful for Harrison to see.